Hello, welcome to another GoldMine 101, our regular series of short presentations giving you hints and tips for getting the most out of GoldMine CRM. So regularly backing up your GoldMine database is crucial to protect your valuable customer prospect data and can help with business continuity in case of a system failure. It could happen. Data corruption could happen, or other unforeseen events. GoldMine, as you may well know, uses the Microsoft SQL Server database. So all of your data is in behind the scenes is in this SQL Server database to store all of your contact records, calendar activities, opportunities, and other critical information linked to GoldMine. And in this session, we're gonna feature a free tool called SQL Backup and FTP. Bit of a mouthful. Free utility, easy to use tool that allows you to schedule your backups, all right, in a sort of more automated way. And you've got options for deciding where the location of your backup files go. We'll cover that in a minute. So hello, I'm Tim Wilmot, and my company, Wizard Systems, we're a specialist CRM solutions provider. We help out small and mid-sized companies improve their sales productivity, marketing and customer service through the use of simple and affordable solutions like GoldMine. Now, the audio part of this event, this session, is one way only. If you've got a question around what we're talking about, pop that into the question box. We'll do our best to answer that at the end. Also at the end, I'll give you an update on GoldMine news for you, latest versions, etc. And we'll have we'll cover that just after the Q&A session. Right, okay, well, let's get started. Just a brief mention about Wizard. I know many of you on here live do know us. I have known us for quite some time. So we're a long-standing supplier of GoldMine CRM. We've been doing it for many, many years now. And as a leading CRM solutions provider, we actually offer various different CRM solutions beyond GoldMine. And the key benefit we provide our customers, being a multi-solution CRM supplier, is the ability, of course, then to match different businesses, different requirements to the ideal system based on their size, their budget, market sector, specific requirements, and so on. And with experience across not just GoldMine, but other major CRM solutions, our team has the know-how to guide our customers through selecting the best solution for them and customizing it to their requirements. But as regards GoldMine, we're a one-stop shop. We can provide any service around GoldMine that you need. Just call us for details. Okay, let me just hand you now over to my colleague, Stuart, and we'll take you through this free backup utility. So over to you, Stuart.
Okay, so let's go with some of the basics that Tim mentioned. So GoldMine has no built-in backup process. The data is stored in a SQL database, and the files are saved to folders, normally on a server. If GoldMine has been installed using all the defaults, it would have been installed as it is in this demo system you can see on screen. The main files would have been stored into x86 GoldMine and also into this hidden folder in program data. That's the files. That's all the files for the users, templates, and the various INI files. But what about the data? Now that's stored deep in the bowels of Windows in SQL. Now, I could go into Management Studio to back all this up, but it's a manual process, and I mean manual. If you've got SQL Express, there's no automation built in. The full version of SQL does, but it takes quite a bit to set up a maintenance plan within it. Now we need a few disclaimers. If you've got an application that backs up Windows folders, there's no guarantee that it's going to back up these files that you see on the screen. These are SQL files, and they're constantly running, and backup software doesn't like files that are constantly locked or active. So you need some software that can back up SQL properly and look after it as it's doing it. And as Tim mentioned, this is where we've seen this SQL backup and FTP. It just makes it so easy to use. So let's get into it and have a look. Let's close these screens. We do not need those for this software. So I'll open the software. And software walks you through the process. Once you've installed it, there's no processes to set up or things to run like that. You just open this and you're presented with this screen. And you start at the top, there's a little button there telling you what to do. So let's go through it. It's probably the easiest way to demonstrate. So the first thing it wants me to do is to connect to a database server. So let's do that. This is SQL Backup and FTP, but amazingly it connects to loads of different types of SQL. I'm using GoldMine, so that will be Microsoft's SQL. It will ask you to prove who you are. You can't just willy-nilly sort of back up databases. So if you for SQL access, you may have Windows authentication to connect to it. In most cases, it's SQL authentication. And because this is my system, I've got the SA details, put the password in, and then you can confirm this, which is a nice touch. So I'll place the password in there, and I'll test it. Am I live? Yes, so it can say it can connect to the system, and I save and close. Part one done. You see now the software is prompting me for the next bit. So let's click the database. Using the connection details we've set up, it'll go into that system and connect my GoldMine database. Very easy, very quick. On to step 3. Now asking me, this backup you've just selected, where do you want to place it? Now, the idea behind this is you're not going to save it to the same machine that's running the system. That's not the idea of a backup. But what this allows you to do is save it to a network folder, or what they call a network access storage, a NAS. You can connect it to a USB drive that's connected to this machine and unplug it and put that somewhere safe. But you'll also see you can connect it to Dropbox, Google Drive. On the paid versions of this, you can also connect to business services as well. But I'm going to use the easiest solution here, which I'm going to say local. And the system will go and ask for it. And what I've got is I've got a mapped drive on my system, which is on another machine, which is perfect for this. I've already created a folder ready for the backups, imaginatively titled SQL Backups. I don't want the folder to end up with hundreds of backups in there, so I'm going to tell the system, just keep backups for 7 days. That's all I'm interested in, just 1 week of backups. And again, I can test, can this software write to this folder? Push the test button, and it'll just come back with a little answer. Excellent. Once again, save and close. And now the important bit, scheduling. So we turn on scheduling, and the system will ask, what would you like to do? So I'm going to say backup every day, but obviously I don't want to back up whilst I'm in it or whilst I'm using it, because I'll be making changes throughout the day. So I'm going to say, do the backup after 5:30, and I don't work Sundays and I don't work Saturdays. So, and what the system's done in real time is you'll notice it's actually made a little plan for me telling me when it's going to back up and what it's going to do. I can click save and close. You can see now we've got a nice little checklist. It's going to connect to this server. It's going to select that database. It's going to put it there, and it's going to do it every Monday to Friday at 5:30. And there is now another nice little touch here, which is I can tell the system, tell me either if it's completed it or if it's failed. And I'd rather be told if something's failed rather than get a collection of emails to say that something's working. So you can put your email address in there. Then when the process has finished running its schedule and it completes, you then get an email to say SQL Backup and FTP has completed. So if you're happy with all those settings, what I would suggest you do is you test it. But when it's finished, I should have a log that confirms the various settings I've set up. I can then close the log and complete it. So we'll just let this run. As I said, that's it. I can close the log, close the program, and leave it. The program will now take care of itself. And with that, it's back to Tim.
And I'll just see if there's any questions around this. I should say that if you are interested in getting this utility installed on your system, then we are offering the implementation. So the software is free. There is a paid version which gives you some extra bells and whistles. But if you are interested in us installing it for you, setting it up, giving you a bit of training, and doing the first backup and verifying the backup is correct as well, we're doing that at a discounted fee of £75 GBP. So if you're interested in that, please contact us for details. We'll download the free utility for you and put it on your system and run you through your first backups. We do find that a few of our GoldMine clients aren't backing up their systems, or maybe backing up in a sort of unorthodox way. So this free utility would certainly help you. And we do have quite a few clients using it, actually have done for a number of years. So any questions, anyone? So I think there's a couple of questions, Stuart's come in. First one from Emma. What about backing up linked documents? Shall I answer that one?
Yes, sure. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, because so if you mean the links tab on a contact record and other places where there'll be a link to a file or document, then this backup is just backing up data. It's not backing up files. So yes, you've got to think about other options there that we could certainly mention to you for doing that. Talking about other CRM applications, well, those that are in the cloud, your files are in the cloud. So with more modern CRM cloud-based solutions that we provide, then those files are backed up. Where you don't even need to worry about backing up; it's all done for you as part of a managed service. So they're not backed up. The physical files not backed up with this utility. Second question from Finn. I think we touched on it, but it looks like Finn says we're using our system continuously. If someone is still logged on, will it still back up the data?
Yes, it will. As I mentioned about having specialist SQL software as opposed to just backing up Windows files and folders, is that if you try to back up a SQL folder just using a Windows program, it would tell you that it can't back that file up because it's in use. But SQL software is coded to sort of control SQL so that it backs up. Obviously, although people could be logged in, if they carry on working, there'll come a point where what they've done is backed up, and what they do after the backup isn't backed up. So, which is why I always suggest you do it out of hours. Set it as you saw on mine for 5:30 to give people time to get out.
Okay, I don't think there's any more questions. Let me just bring you update with GoldMine news. So the current release of GoldMine is 2024.1. There is a .2 waiting in the wings. Might be out in a month or so's time. Once it's gone through beta testing, we'll give you more information about that, either via mail to the nominated contact in your company, or on our GoldMine blog, our fairly active GoldMine blog. You'll find links to that on our webpage. So if you would like a review, we are doing quite a few annual reviews right now of GoldMine systems. If you want to be included in that, a free review of your system and working up a strategy going forward next 6 months, 12 months, let us know. Bear in mind the special offer on the implementation of this backup utility as well. And if you've got any suggestions for future topics that you think would be a real interest to other GoldMine users out there, then please contact us and we'll certainly consider that for including in future sessions. So thanks very much to those of you on here live for listening, watching, and we'll catch up with you soon on the next GoldMine event. Thank you very much indeed. Bye-bye.